Hello, Life Builders. This is a podcast that Team Strong Inc. has designed to keep you on your toes, give you a different perspective, and really push you to create your dream life. We will be talking to you weekly, giving you motivation and encouraging words. Tune in with us every week to hear a piece of clarity. This week, we talk about the psychology of entrepreneurship. First, I will say there are several different approaches to this topic that we can explore. This week, we will only tackle a few, and we will have a second episode of this topic. Entrepreneurship is definitely not for most. One reason why so many of us will not take on being an entrepreneur is because we have formed program habits that have kept us in a box. This isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it definitely contrasts with being an entrepreneur. One major trait of being an entrepreneur most of the time is having a rebellious spirit. Rebellious because we like to do it our own way, and a lot of times have trouble following norms. We don't like taking no for an answer either. When we sit in class and try to learn a typical, normal way of doing things, it sometimes becomes more difficult in our heads. We have figured out a different way of doing the exact same task. A lot of times, we have trouble just having simple convos amongst our peers. Lighthearted, pointless conversations bore us and are very hard to engage in. If you are among a group of friends at a basketball game, a typical convo amongst the group would be discussing the players and some of the highlights from the game, right? Well, if you are the one out of the group that starts up a convo about how many seats are filled in the stands and how much the stadium has made off of the sales of soft drinks opposed to beers, you might be the entrepreneur out of the bunch. If you are completely turned off by the guy that brings up the potential sales of the beverages, it's a strong chance you are not an entrepreneur and would like to engage more in the athletes on court. A lot of entrepreneurs don't watch sports or TV for that matter. They are usually plotting on some paper or a way to make their ideas come to life. Let's switch gears for a second. When you are scared, what happens to you? Let's say you are walking through a dark alley at night in an unfamiliar territory. I know it sounds far-fetched, but follow me here. If you start to get scared, usually what happens to us, your senses kick into super gear. You become super alert and you tense up a little to prepare for anything that comes your way. For some, this feeling you get is a euphoric rush. Your heart starts pumping and your adrenaline takes over. Well, this is the feeling you get when you start a business or try something you wanted to try for the first time. Some people hate this feeling of fear though. As an entrepreneur, nothing excites you more than the unknown. Nothing drives you more than being told you can't and then trying to prove them wrong. This lifestyle is for people that love the rush, love the ups and downs of shaking the dice. Fear is what holds a lot of people back from trying new things. When you are out of town driving on a road trip, you are less likely to get in a car accident. Why? Because your senses are heightened. You are way more alert to your surroundings. Some may say you are on top of your game. However, when you are home, you are more comfortable driving around your neighborhood. You can travel on autopilot on your route to work. How exciting is that? It's not, but your fears are tamed. You are less fearful. When fear sets in, you are more comfortable with whatever you are giving. You very rarely take what's yours because taking is synonymous with action. Sometimes your fears curb your actions. Let me repeat that. Sometimes your fears curb your actions. What you fear in life holds you back. For your typical entrepreneur, our fears are a little different. We fear being 60 and explaining to our grandkids that we didn't try owning our own business because it was easy to sit in a cubicle and have it all figured out for us. But we don't have fears of failures. Failures help us grow. In our failures, we create necessary mistakes, not careless mistakes. There is a difference. I said necessary mistakes We learn from them, and at times we invite them. We don't hold fears of what someone might be thinking of our moves. We just move and learn accordingly. So to sum it up, we don't let fears hold us back. We invite failures because they help us get it right. We are hands-on individuals, and we learn best by trying until it works. Entrepreneurs are often not the most popular. We think different. We very often need alone time to gather all of our thoughts. As we discussed before, our subject matter is different. But we also are usually very comfortable with being insecure. We know we might look different, think different, maybe even talk different. But we use our insecurities to our advantage. We understand that there is 8 billion people on Earth, and no one is exactly the same. We have several different shades, cultures, and various ways we create differences. Being different is good. We must tell a different side of the story. We like to dress and stand out at times. Sometimes we like to blend in, but not often. Being an entrepreneur takes risks. But in no way, shape, or form are we saying we are better than the people that work a 9 to 5 for someone else. That is totally fine and nothing wrong with that at all. Do what you have to do to survive and take care of your loved ones. We will continue on the psychology of entrepreneurship in the coming weeks, but we have several topics to discuss with you. Revisit some of our earlier weeks when you have time and notice this is a progressive and gradual building process. We are starting with your mind. We will start going into different ways to build your life in the future, but we want you to have a healthy mindset. This upcoming week, let's exercise our bodies and take care of home as we continue to strive and build the life we want. We would also like to thank our sponsor for this week, Rodney's Kitchen in downtown Waterloo, Iowa. Let's start building your life now. Look forward to our weekly dialogue and hit the subscribe button to stay updated on special offers and special gems of wealth. We want you to succeed, and we want to help you get into the mindset of controlling and building your life with us. Until next time, keep building.